I'm not really sure why, but a lot of people on the internet seem intent on keeping the location of Heart Rock a secret. Why this one rock out of the billions at Joshua Tree? I don't know. It's located just a little bit northeast of Arch Rock. You can see the road from Heart Rock, so in theory you should be able to see Heart Rock from the road. But it's deceptive because it blends in with the rocks behind it. You don't even realize you're looking right at it until you realize you're looking right at it. Arch Rock is fun, but it's a little bit of a mob scene. When we got there were probably 6 different groups waiting for a turn to take a photo. So we kind of rushed through and didn't really have time to enjoy it. The trail in and out was really fun though, and would be worth a stop even without Arch Rock.
Loop Trail.
Warning, this cactus is hazardous. Do not touch for your safety and the protection of the resource. Travel is restricted to the trail, no pets.
These choyas are no joke. I've accidentally walked into them a few times at night when I was a kid growing up in the high desert. Those needles are like fish hooks and don't want to come out. The more layers of clothing they go through, the worse it is. Everybody should try it at least once.
This is Key's View.
Look at that view. This is a popular spot to catch a sunset. I'm sure you can see why. It's also one of the only spots in the park that's ADA accessible. It's got a paved sidewalk that goes all the way to the peak. That is a long hike right there. Whenever I hike to one of these old mines in a remote location, I think a lot about what life must have been like for the miners who came out here 100 or more years ago.
We made it. Give me a high five.
It must have been brutal out here before Airbnb. Sometimes I tend to get a little riled up thinking about it.
Who in the Sam Hill came all the way up this mountain and said, this is a spot. Dragged all that lumber, all that steel. Look at this hunk of steel right here. Somebody dragged that thing all the way up that dag hill right there. That plumb crazy, I'll tell you. Yo. Hi. Okay, it's gonna get dark. Let's get the F out of here. Look at this cactus. Sunlight coming out. That's a good contrast.
We got some great views on the way back down with the clouds and the snow.
Hey!
Skull Rock is a giant skull that looks like a rock. I said that backwards.
What's up?
What's up?
We could not get away from that noisy parking lot fast enough. The crowds thinned out real quick right after these palms, though. We found a few mortars left behind by the Native Americans that lived here, near the palm grove.
Work it, girl, work it.
Mastodon Loop has a little branch-off trail where you can hike to Mastodon Peak.
You get the cheese in there? Hi.
Hi, babe.
It was a fun scramble to get to the top, and the views were great up there, but we were just getting blasted by the wind, so we didn't stick around too long. There's also an old mine and mill on the loop trail.
This is rad.
Iron ore coming up.
You got pickaxes? Are you ready to do the work they weren't able to accomplish?
No, I don't know about all that.
On your way down, you could catch a free ride on the giant desert tortoise. Yah!
Pokey pokey.
The trail to Wall Street Mill is scattered with all kinds of ruins from the miners. Vehicles, a windmill, and all kinds of other debris. You'll also pass the spot where old men Keyes and Bagley shot it out over a quarrel about land rights. That's where Bagley bit the dust.
Cheers.
Last but not least is Barker Dam. Both times that I've been here, that reservoir has been bone dry. I really want to see this thing when it's full of water though, so I've been keeping an eye on the weather. One of these days. That's an interesting design for a horse trough. If you do the full loop trail, be sure to keep an eye out for the branch-off trail that takes you to the Native American petroglyphs.